All right, so welcome to our deep dive today. We're going to get into like one of the most, I don't know, I think fascinating and kind of most paradoxical ideas from the 40 Rules of Love,
Okay.
which is, this whole concept of achieving nothingness.
Ooh,
And,
I like it.
I think it's really interesting because, so much of what we talk about on this show and so much of like, I think, just Western thought
Right.
in general is like, be somebody, do something, achieve things,
Just your mark.
make your mark, have a legacy, all of that stuff.
Right.
But the 40 Rules of Love is saying, what if true fulfillment lies in embracing emptiness?
Yeah, it's really a fascinating paradox. And the 40 Rules of Love, as you know, draws heavily from Sufi philosophy.
Yeah.
And in that tradition, the idea of nothingness isn't about becoming empty or lacking personality,
Yeah.
right? It's about letting go of ego. It's about letting go of this constant striving for external validation.
Yeah. And Rule 33, spells it out pretty explicitly. It
does.
And it uses this analogy of a pot
Yeah.
where, the value of the pot isn't in the decoration, it's in the emptiness of the pot, which allows it to hold something.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And in the same way, it's our inner emptiness that holds the potential for consciousness, for connection with, something greater than ourselves.
Right. So it's not about becoming.
Okay.
Like just a blank slate.
Yeah. No.
It's about creating space
Yes.
for something deeper to emerge. But I'm curious, like how do we we talk about the ego a lot, and it's something that we've talked about in terms of like needing to kind of like rein it in and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
But isn't the ego isn't there a part of the ego that's like necessary for setting goals and achieving things in life? Like how do we reconcile that with this idea of striving for nothingness?
That's a great question. And you're absolutely right. It's not about erasing the ego entirely, right?
Yeah.
It's about recognizing its limitations.
Okay.
The ego, yes, can drive us to achieve, to acquire,
Right.
but it can also trap us in this cycle of desire and dissatisfaction.
Yeah.
Right? So striving for nothingness is about shifting our focus inward
Okay.
and cultivating a sense of contentment that isn't dependent on external achievements.
This reminds me of a friend of mine who she was like obsessed with the time the corporate ladder.
Right.
And she finally landed like her dream job, high powered position, huge salary, all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then like a few months into it, I was talking to her and she was like, I'm so unhappy. She's like, this isn't what I wanted. Like she got it and it was empty.
It's so common. We think we desire something, we work for something, we strive, we achieve. And then when we get there, we're like, wait,
this isn't it.
This isn't it.
What now?
Yeah, because true fulfillment comes from a deeper place, from aligning with our authentic selves, not with these external markers of success.
Yeah, it's interesting you talk about aligning with our authentic selves.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this idea of inner emptiness as a source of potential, like you were talking about, really seems connected to mindfulness practices. Like,
Absolutely.
like is achieving this nothingness similar to like the state of mind that you try to get to when you're, meditating or something.
Absolutely. Mindfulness practices like meditation, they encourage us to empty the mind of thoughts, of distractions, to cultivate a state of pure awareness.
Yeah.
And it's this emptiness that allows us to connect with our inner selves, to experience the present moment without judgment or attachment.
So in a way, it's almost like embracing nothingness isn't about becoming passive or inactive. It's about actively cultivating a different kind of awareness.
Yes.
That's focused on
exactly
inner growth rather than
external validation.
Exactly. And this shift in perspective can have profound implications for our lives and for society as a whole.
Right.
Imagine a world where people are less driven by material possessions, by status, by, those things.
Yeah.
And more focused on cultivating inner peace, compassion, connection.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a really powerful vision. And I think for everyone listening, the key takeaway here is really to reflect on your own life and goals and what are you striving for? And is it truly bringing you fulfillment? Like if you were to let go of the need for external validation, what would you fill that inner emptiness with? What passions, what values would guide your actions.
It's an ongoing process
Yeah.
of self-discovery, of peeling back the layers of conditioning and societal expectations to connect with the core of who we truly are.
Yeah.
And within that nothingness, you might just find everything you've been searching for.